Hello, beautiful, and happy belated birthday. Happy birthday again. I hope you're celebrating all month because, as you should. I know I did. So, I really hope all is well. Can't wait to talk to you, see what's going on. I'm going to pull so many different cards. I have like all my decks spread out over here. So, we're just going to get into the energy and see where we go from there. I do have my dog in the car, so if he starts acting up, I may have to pause or stitch some things together. Let me turn the truck off. And yeah, I just want to spark up, say a little prayer really quickly. Ashe. And thank you for allowing us this time and space together. Please protect us and give us a reading for the highest good. Ashe. All right. Yeah, girl. I just been chilling. Trying to listen with like this eye. I want to listen with my third eye. That's what I'm working on doing. Like if I could describe to you the experiences I've been having lately, it's just been insane. But it's more of like an astro experience. I've been like astroplaning, and that in itself has just been like a mind fuck. Like the concepts behind like what you learn, it's just stuff that's just not of, it is of this world because everything's connected, but like I don't really have much reference to give you that like would mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it because I still don't understand it. So I just want to start out by giving you like a couple of cards from basically each deck. These are going to be general messages for your year. That's how I'm setting this intention. So because it's your birthday, this is, your rotation around the sun. This is what you have to look forward to within the year, what you will be working on. So what I'm trying to say by saying that is that this might not apply right now. It might not make sense, and you might think it doesn't have anything to do with you. So like that's the energy I already feel, but like I almost want to say save this because throughout the year you may need to reference back to this energy or like this reading because it's going to be reading the energy right then and there. So happiness I see fell straight out, but I wasn't with love. I wasn't ready to break it exactly. That's shame. I mean, that's good energy, though, even for a sneak peek into things. A lot of happiness and love to look forward to. I'll show you. What other messages do you have? Okay. Elevate, elevate, elevate. Let me read what that says. Oh, wow. Self-worth, too. So it says, you get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. Hey, what's up? Good, how you doing, Rita? Alright, needs. Do you need more time to yourself, a break from thinking too much, an encounter with friends, your needs, and it's a time with friends. And it says your needs matter and it's time to honor them. So now's the time to honor needs, and that's quite in alignment with self-worth, which is going to elevate the self-worth. All right, so we have invitation here. The words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words wisely. Growth. Elevation starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I feel a lot of blockage here. Something's blocking your growth. I don't know if it's like waiting is blocking something here, waiting on an invitation. Maybe it's even how you're speaking. Yeah, because ease is here. Today I allow life to be easy. I feel like something shouldn't be hard, and especially like if you're speaking it into existence that you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, no, you don't. You just need to believe that like when things come, things come when they're meant to. Like you don't have to do anything to receive what's already yours. That's the energy I'm getting here. And then abundance, last card out. So it says, being a thoughtful steward for the money you already have is a secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up. Do you hear what I'm saying here? Like, it's literally like, I feel waiting. I feel like you're waiting for something here. Because even like in the energy of sitting, like her sitting on the, sorry, this dog is distracting the fuck out of me. Her sitting on the swing, the energy is still like leisurely. I'm getting a lot of leisure, like in the time of, you need to elevate your spirit. Elevate. We're right back to that. It's lifting your spirit in order to like create the abundance or the space for the abundance. I feel like your space is being taken up with like almost too much thought, too much like what ifs, too much energy of just blocking. You're blocking something from thinking too much about it. I don't know how else to say that. Quay, please stop. All right, hold on. I need to smoke because I need to calm down. It's almost like upsetting or getting frustrated. Like frustrating. Something's getting frustrating. I'm getting like tense, I want to say. But it feels like a build-up to something. You know how like you'll start to hear the steam before the pot boils over? It's like that kind of shit. It's funny. Didn't I start out by saying here, right here? Here, right here. Fuck. I'm here, right here. Like, I don't know where that just came from. Sorry. But when you're listening with your third eye, what I meant to say, you calling somebody out, come over here, right here, I'm right here. Like, it's direct, like, I don't know if you're giving somebody direct beat. A car, you're giving somebody directions and you're telling them, I'm over here, I'm right here, come over here. Are you at a concert? Are you at, like, I feel like this is a gathering, but like somebody's looking for parking. Are you gonna be in a car drinking? I don't know, something with that. I feel like it's a get together, a concert, pre-gaming, like getting fucked up beforehand, trying to find somebody else. I don't know, this is all, I just got really distracted, sorry. Because that's not even what I'm trying to say with this. So I guess we're going to leave that where it's at. Because I don't know what that has to do with anything. What I was trying to say is, when you start to listen with your third eye, you're going to get the opportunity to ease yourself, ease your thoughts, ease your mind, allow things to happen as they will, but it's going to take time. Something about the timing is off because you're not like aligned. So that's a conversation I was having with my sister. I want to pull cards while I do this or talk about this. But we were speaking about how when it really comes to alignment, you really have to start with your root. You have to be grounded. You really have to get to that point of like identifying your soul purpose. And I feel like that's like the path of the hermit, you know? But he has to go through, right after the hermit is justice, right? And then the wheel of fortune. So you have to go through dealing with karma before you even get into that place where the wheel starts to turn in your favor. You have to go through your dark night of the soul, which is the journey that the hermit's on. You have to really come into a space of like discovery, and it's a different space of discovery, because I can honestly tell you, like, I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person I was. It's almost like I wouldn't recognize me in the space that I am in now. Like, I would recognize me in the sense that, like, I just wasn't living to my potential, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm still the same kind-hearted, loving, but like, when it came down to it, I was just so focused on me, my ego, you know, where I wasn't seeing the connection to everything. It was me blocking me, and I never saw that as that, because I always felt like I was looking outward. when you start to get grounded in a sense of self, it's more of an inward journey that becomes outward. Like, you see it reflected outward, if that makes any sense to you. You're gonna see the process. I feel like ease your mind, ease your heart. You're gonna see this process. You're gonna see a process of growth, of recreation of something. I really want to like tune in on something like healing some sort of a childhood trauma, fear, doubt, something where it's almost like you set limits on yourself, or you overthink something and then it becomes limiting. You have limited beliefs about like what you're capable of doing. And wasn't that one of the cards too, where it's like you can't tell yourself that you deserve, was it abundance or something, like, or it was a different card, but you can go back and look, but it was basically, you can't tell yourself that you deserved all these things and then don't believe that you really do. That's the energy. And it's almost like, and girl, I could tell you this, and maybe that's why they're bringing this up. My past. Like, we know each other's past, right? Like, we're not coming into things and wow, that's exactly what I'm getting at right now. You have to forgive yourself. No, but it does not matter what anybody else fucking thinks. Like, it's not until you forgive yourself and you ground yourself in home, your psychic abilities will come. Like, that's empowerment here. Like, there's more for you than what you see on this earth. Like, and it's almost like saying that when you wake up, something in you that's ancient, that's really what it's coming down to. Oh, friendship, boo. It may even be forgiveness with a friendship from childhood, somebody that you've known for a long time since a child. Or friendships in general can help you reshape maybe they have though. They've helped you reshape your foundation. So maybe you just need to talk more. Like, get those thoughts out of your head. Make space for people to allow. But okay, with that being said, I don't want that energy either of feeling like you need somebody else to come and like reassure you, but it's just more so it's more so being able to speak out your thoughts, your ideas, and have that chance of debate or collaboration or whatever the case may be. But really, like, the way you get grounded in yourself is to realize what you are. How do you feel about things? What are your beliefs? Like, grounding isn't just going to sit by a tree. It's really like seeing, like, this is my purpose. I feel this way because I've been through certain things that have shaped my purpose. Like, everybody has a unique path, and it's never going to be the same for any of us. And that's the whole point. But it's like, there's certain times where different people will wake up because that's like part of their karma, right? Or part of their space. I feel like you're going to come into an awakening. That's all this is coming about to say. Empowerment gives me entrepreneur. I feel like you need to maybe even go through that path of working for yourself. There's something here about like something's gonna click. Something's gonna, like, let me pull one. I just want one card, because then I'm gonna give you the meaning of it too for the year forward. That's just the energy I'm feeling. But let's get back to the year prediction. And we got one card. Bottom of the deck. Girl, even when I'd be doubting what the fuck I'm talking about, it's just right here to just prove it all over again. I feel like you've gotten these cards before, and that's interesting. Talent is here. Self-explanatory. You have a talent. You have a hidden talent, I really want to say. Well-being. Interesting. That's what's behind it. So I feel like your mental well-being is really what's being aspected. It may be physical well-being. Some overall well-being is like the things you take in mentally, physically, spiritually, like the different, the different aspects of life. Like, health is not just, what you eat. It's exercise, it's sleep, it's, again, being able to communicate in healthy settings. Like, it's a lot to well-being. So when you really try to break that down, I feel like you have the opportunity of a lot of good luck in your future. And it's It might even be centered around other people's talents, I feel like, to be honest, because you're going to be around a group of entrepreneurs or a group of like empowered women, I even want to say. Like maybe that's the circle you may need to like start. I feel like you already have it. So maybe just even amongst the people you already know, figure something here is like drawing talent. You're drawing talent from people. No, you better not. Sorry, my dog. It's funny because if he could distract, he will. The cat's eyes is really standing out to me. I keep talking about the third eye, but I really feel like there's something to do with listening. It may be not clairvoyant, but clairaudient. That's the that is the skill. Quay, come sit down and stop it. That is a skill you need to work on, your clairaudiency. So what that is, really quickly, I mean, look it up. But it's being able to hear people when they're not in a space with you, not in a room with you. The way you practice this is to literally be quiet and just listen. Listen to the things that you start to hear and then feel who it feels like it's coming from. You'll get all of that. You'll get all of that the more you practice it. And it'll get stronger, you know? But then it's like being able to decipher. Ask yourself, who is that? Who's like, who am I hearing right now? Your spirit will tell you. Your soul will tell you who's talking to you or for you. Stop it. This dog, man, gives me a fucking headache. All right. An ear for talent. Clairaudience. Something with music. Because you're an empowered group. I'm gonna leave that there. An ear for talent, but it's literally your third eye, listening to your intuition, like listening to the feelings you get. I feel like that was the Emperor, but yeah, it's reversed, but the whole deck is reversed. So this is like the Emperor reversed. This energy is being like dealing with somebody that's stubborn because they're used to being independent. This is somebody literally wanting to get it on their own and maybe not in the best means possible. Like this is the energy of Aries, first of all, is what the Emperor represents. But this is a lot of like earthly gain is, you know, up. So right side up would be like the one that like it's sturdy, stable energy, but it's earthly gains basically is how I will look at it, because it's like an empire if you were even to equate it to something like that, right? Especially with the 9 of Pentacles and then the Chariot behind it. This is someone chasing after like independence, durability is what I'm getting too. I don't know where that just came from, but something that's long lasting, something that's durable, so it's going to be able to withstand things. Maybe you need to start purchasing more durable equipment, more durable something. I get durability is what could cause like, so I'm getting endurance too. Empowerment and endurance. Sorry. Okay. So an empowerment. Wow. I say, y'all, I can't sometimes. I can't. What's empowering him? What would empower him? He needs to see that, like, you need to grow past this mindset. In order to be the king, you have to rely on people. You can't run from the journey. And with the, this is Cancer energy here. So that's water, that's emotions. I almost feel like instead of running towards a stable foundation, it's more of running towards an emotion, a feel good, something that's gonna put you in a place of not being like self-sufficient is what I want to say. It's energy of someone's chasing after independence, right? But it's almost like at their detriment that they're willing to, but for what? Because here we have, I gotta turn this right side up because I keep looking at everything upside down. So that's a shift in perspective or perception. Even perception is what I meant to say. The reason I say too, like, this gives me really flighty energy. The emperor is not flighty. Like, this is a really long-term stable, like, it's not movable energy. You're not easily swayed, you're not easily pushed, because it's almost like if you know this path works, you're going to stick to the tradition of doing what you know you need to do because it works. It's tried and true. It works, right? But this is telling you, like, if you want to really get it, because you see how, like, this gives me carefree energy. I keep saying flighty, but that's what I mean by carefree, like somebody that's being in and out almost, but to an extent that what I really was drawn to is like the stuff flying out. So it's almost like carefree in a sense that you need to shed a few pounds along the way, but it's more of like the weight that you carry in terms of like responsibilities, all the things that would hold you back, because the emperor would have a lot of responsibilities. That kind of stuff can create weight and really like stick someone into a box. This is what I'm getting with Four of Wands. Someone, the energy of being in a home, stuck to a box, stuck to a certain way of thinking, right? Because you don't realize that like the journey, the path that you're on is to shed so much of this independence, because like your perception needs to change around something. We have the Hangman here. So a lot of major arcana already with the Ace of Pentacles. What I'm getting at from this energy too, because I want to say this is moving forward in a positive direction, right? And especially like with the Four of Wands here, this is backing that movement. So like the home, if you're moving towards getting these pentacles, the home is what you're leaving to do it, right? But I feel like it's more so of an emotional idea, an emotional tie to something about how to get it, how to get this stability, how to get this empire, how to get this, because it's based on structure. The structure of something, everything has structure, or like even your thought, it was developed in some sort of way based off of like how you learn to think. You know what I mean? So everything has a way. It's almost like if you change the perspective, and again, I still see things falling out, flying out. So things may be leaving quickly. Something's moving really quickly to get you to see things differently. You have to leave something because something's keeping you stuck. And it's the energy of like, it's honestly money. The Magician. It's blocking your manifestations. Judgment being called on it. And after judgment is called, after you make a different judgment call, 10 of Pentacles. The Empress, your energy. 10 of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Love, happiness, emotional bliss. Like all those things we were seeing earlier. It's crazy how this actually tied into that. And that's what I was pulling for. So it makes a lot of sense. It's more so about finding a new direction. Something needs to change, because I feel like when it really comes to your pockets are bleeding. Something's bleeding your pockets. I just need to say it like that. And I can even say maybe even someone, maybe an idea of having to impress someone, having to do something to do with something that's like almost a superficial thought or a superficial emotion, because you don't even really know where it comes from. Like I feel like the love would be there regardless, but like your need to satisfy is really based off of something from a childhood thing that you learned that like, if I do this, I'll get that as a result. And you might not even be conscious of the fact that you're doing this, but it's more so pointing to the fact that like once you rewire, once you fix that structure, your empire won't be upside down. Like whether the empire is your temple, your body, or your surroundings, your home, that inner outer kind of thing. It's almost like I get the energy of not being grounded just right off the bat. The emperor upside down, it's like somebody that's almost like too uptight, too controlling. Like they have to tell you the ins and outs of everything. It's like the energy would feel off because it's emperor energy, but like honestly it's Aries energy, which is fire. Like could you imagine wanting to make moves and can't? I mean, I'm sure, like, that's literally what I'm seeing here. And I'm sure you can imagine, because that's the energy right now. Like, having all these ideas, all these sparks, all these different, like, creative things that you know you could do, but, like, being held back because of something. Like, and again, it's a limiting belief. Like, something in your beliefs needs to change right now to get you what you want. And it's about, like, easing your load, like, going a different road, a different path, getting, I want to say getting mobile, but I feel like, I mean, we did kind of discuss that earlier today too, about, like, transportation, you know? I just saw transforming, but I want to pull a couple of these cards so we can just get some general energy read for you right now. Work-related issues. I'm seeing shadow work. I see barking up the wrong tree is here. That gives me dog catching charges. Wow, that's interesting. Owl energy, so that's hidden. That's like hidden knowledge, high priestess kind of thing. So this was someone, get down. Someone is not giving back. You are the asset, taking advantage of the situation, because misery loves company. I do see that there too. What is your truth is here, along with paradise, mastery, and investments. That's putting a lot of time and effort into something. I feel like there's work-related issues because you're not mastering your investments. I feel like the money's already there, and that's like, you've already touched a lot of the money. That it's about how you manage it. Yo, I'm seeing jail here. Barking up the wrong tree again. Shadow work again. I'm trying to shuffle this. Living in hell with catching charges, outcome, newspapers here, and money. Hypocrisy, divine masculine, safe words. Are you listening to spirit or anyone? And someone is looking forward to your smile. That was all over the place. I want to shuffle this up again. Ashe. Let's clear the energy here too. Let me blow some smoke over this and drink some water. Hold on. Because that was a message right there. I don't know if it's for you or for somebody else, but that was locked up jail. It said it several times. And that misery loving company. That's all alluding into that. To me, the hangman, changing your perspective because you guys sit still somewhere. Interesting. But you could be a prison in your own home. So put that out there too. Not like that, but like put that into your thought as well. If you're almost stuck in the same place for too long, it can become like your prison. Like, you need movement. You need that emperor energy. He's a pioneer. He's the one to get stuff started. He's a self-starter, you know, on the road to success. I see stalkers, power, and bad health. Grounding and open doors. I'm trying to tell you. And shuffle it again. Ashe. Keys to success. On the road to success and keys to success. Bad health, I see neck. Those colors are popping out at me, which is giving me confidence. Like, so it, and 333 is here. Something to do with sit up straight, like posture, fix your posture, to promote better health is what I'm getting from that. All right. Ooh, back. See? Back, neck, and they all the same color. Back It's something to do with posture, fire. Your energy's not able to rise if you're something to do with alignment, like pulling in your back to straighten up, or something to do with straight. But I can't tell you. Again, this is a message. You'll find out how this applies, because it don't make sense to me even right now. But it might not be you is the whole thing. So that's what we'll keep that in mind too. Because perspective, right? It's energy around you. It's not always you. But what's interesting is it could be from like a car accident. Empathy, empath, and release habits is here. So reevaluation, emotional sponge. So second chances with emotional sponge. Hasn't known true love yet. Yeah, I would cut all that out. I wouldn't go back to any exes like from here forward. I don't feel like you really do, but like that's just something I just need to say. Don't reevaluate any situations. Move the fuck on. The reevaluation you will have is what you could have did better in that situation. And a lot of times you'll be prouder of yourself the faster you leave. And I can tell you from experience, like, you don't need to pick up like everything else along the way, because they haven't learned love yet, and they're only seeing what they want, or only seeing what you want. So it's like illusions and stuff. So the thing about this is, like, somebody I feel like could be setting you up because they know that, like, it's funny, I'm just now seeing this too, God's within you. I see it's like drug addiction's upside down, but it's showing me depression is on the other side of that. So whenever something's upside down, I look at the back too. But drug addictions, depression, all of that can be kind of triggered in somebody seeing only what they want to see out of a situation. So I feel like mourning, car action is here, and visualizations, except it's not working. Car actions is really what I want to say. Car accident. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that, but mourning is here too on the other side. So I feel like it's more so with this energy too. We don't realize sometimes how death affects us, and that's like you can be picking up on different things and not realizing how or why. But it's literally because God's within you. There's nothing but God within you. So like, it's not recognizing something here needs to be evaluated, because you're not recognizing the truth behind something. I really don't want to get too deep into that, because I'm not trying to pinpoint. How are we? 30 minutes in. I planned for this to be an hour, so, because again, it's a lot of projection here. But I'm also getting a lot of current energy as well. I mean, you'll know how this applies because it's your reading, right? Something's telling me to go to a different deck real quick. Your crystal. That's what I wanted to do. Because this is almost getting like really shadowy. And there's a lot of shadow work that needs to be done. So this is like more so getting into that shadow work you're going to be doing over the year. Just to put that out there. Because it's almost like a must if you really want to go on this journey. Not everybody can go with you. Not anybody can go with you, to be honest. If you plan to take anybody, it's just already going to be a bust. I just want, like, I have to put that out there. I don't know what that applies to. So you take that as you know. I feel like some trips, some intention, some move even. They can't go with you. Like, it's just that simple. And that came out clear as day. Oh, wow, a lot of quartz, too. I've been getting that a lot in readings lately. So, smoky quartz. Yeah, they're both quartz. That's wild. Smoky quartz excellence. Am I saying that? No, I'm sorry. Celestial. Sorry. I don't know why I can't pronounce that word correctly. And rose quartz, but I will send you the meaning of these. Celestial is already giving me eternal energy. With the quartz, That's a lot of, and this is already like purple, so it's giving me a lot of the cerebral. It's funny because didn't I start out with talking about how I've been astroplaning like crazy? I always tell you to pay attention to your dreams. I am horrible at writing mine down, but I really do need to start. And it's funny, I'm staring at this notebook. I got the perfect notebook to do it with, right? This is opening. Oh, and garnet is behind it. I'm gonna give you all 3. This is opening up your heart to unconditional love. I feel like it starts with self-love. That's the first step here. And it's like, even when we think we've mastered stuff, there's different levels to it. So it's like self-love, and the fact of the sense that I'm getting is trusting even what you're presented with. Because there's something like maybe you think it's ungodly, unworldly, I was gonna say. That's interesting. Alien. And that's literally what it is. It's alien information. It's alien to like our sense of thought, our sense of being. Like, you know, it's not of this world. And that's what astro is. When I say that, you know? So like when you go to sleep, you're not here. Like your body is, but you aren't, not mentally, you know, not I don't want to get too deep because I know I start to lose people when I start to get into stuff too much. I'm going to send you what the meanings of these are. But basically what I'm getting at is like, you could even get the instructions on how to do something and not trust it because it's like so different to you or alien to you or not the way you would normally do something. Like, it may be from something that you like went and considered like your normal. Like this is all about cracking out of that norm, having enough love for self that you trust it, like trust yourself and trust that you're reflecting yourself in others. Like that's the energy I'm getting here, because it's gonna have to do a lot with like stepping out on a whim, even stepping out with not a lot of information on something, but like trusting where you're led is the energy here. And it's a mental, you're going to get it mentally first. I feel like, and I don't like to even use the word always, but I feel like I say it a lot, that it's just the mind is so powerful and people don't understand that like this is just like a being for in this moment while you're in this reality. You could spend so much more time elsewhere, like, you know, and that's what people do when they dream, like when they're asleep and stuff. I often wonder, like, where people go when they're in comas. Like, where were you called to be? Because, like, how do you stay out of consciousness for so long? You know? And then now, I don't know why I'm pulling past life, but I'm feeling guided to do that as well. I feel like this will be, aren't you going to be coming up on your Saturn return? I feel like that's close to when you turn 30. So 29-ish. Is the Saturn return. So maybe even the reason I'm bringing this up, and that's a lot of shadow, right? That's when we start to get to a different level. You should look that up. Saturn return. Farm and father. Breeding, something to do with bloodline, breeding. I almost want to say genetic too, like the offspring of something. You know how like they farm so that they can get to the perfect specimen? Ooh, but then that almost gave me like slavery too, but angels and karmic relationships. Angels popped out. Farming angels, earth angels. That's the energy I get. And you're thrown into these karmic relationships because it's like you're dealing or healing narcissists. But even with this, I get the bloodline. You're healing your bloodline. You're healing the karmic relationships between family members because like you're coming at things with a lighter heart. That's the intention. Like you're healing a bloodline, tree, roots, ancestry, karmic, love life. Ooh, that popped out too though. But being a blessing. Communal living with persecution and inquisition. And trust and faith. This is a change of beliefs, a change of religion, a change of like thoughts, patterns, traditions, and you may be the change for that bloodline, for your bloodline, I mean to say, because something's different here. And a vow, Somebody made a vow. I kept feeling like the slavery kind of thing. It's interesting though, because ships, for that to be upside down, that tells me you were native. More native lands. Vows that were made from the natives. Unrequited love. So like, wow. Offspring being born from like, ooh, child. I want to say like, I'm getting is slavery with this shit, but what would you be healing from slavery though? Because we're talking about your Saturn return affecting your finances. Talk about wars and battles. The wars that they went through your bloodline is now what's affecting your. All right. I'm hearing a lot and I'm not saying it out loud. What I was basically hearing was like through slavery, like they demeaned us. Like white women would be able to say that like they were raped or whatever and create a bloodline, and then now the kids or the ancestry of that, however they came to pass, like, you know, we were breeded, we were, you know, considered, they were trying to get the best of the best or whatever, and that's the ones that basically have survived through slavery to be able to produce us as a part of the bloodline. So it's like healing the idea of ownership, I want to say. Even there's wars and battles with food and hunger. And baby, this is like, I'm sorry, this is really going left, but this has a lot to do with your finances. It's interesting because what I really want to tell you is like almost like you could reclaim something because of galactic, yo. Oh shit. Ancient. You could reclaim something because it's almost like you have the bloodline for it. I would get tested for something. I don't even know what to tell you to get tested for. Leaving and travel. It's almost like it's not in the ships and stuff. It's not Africa. It's weird. It's native. It's of that land. It's weird. I don't want to say it's weird too many times, but like the idea I'm getting is like and angels. That too is giving me something being pure. A pure bloodline. I'm getting trees too, ancestry, like something cleaning up karmic relationships in your love life. Does it for the bloodline and the different things that people have had to settle with throughout the years. But it's like changes in how you treat yourself with the rose quartz there. Changes in how you look and view love. Changes in how you accept different things as well to be done going forward. Quay. Since we're getting into love, I'm going to end with an Isis for you. Stop it, please. Come on, you were doing so good. Get down. No. Don't start barking. I need to drink some water. Quay saying hi. No, he's not. He just want to jump up. No. Something to do with the family's finances and getting so strong. And it has to do with the fucked up way of like the way people were taught to think about things. Like that. So that message is going so much deeper for me now. Traveling, like the way things are handled and dealt with is a really like archaic way of thinking. It's long. It's created karma like throughout the bloodline. And it's like, I don't know, look your shit up. That's all I can ever tell people. You gotta do your own research sometimes, because it's like, I can't tell you what your family's been through. Maybe even talking through to your grandmother. If you have a living grandmother, like you should definitely like find out what her mother and father were like. What did their relationships feel like? What were like, because it's really important to like forgive those aspects of like how that influenced your childhood, how that influenced how you view things, how that influences like so much to do with like even how you make money, your thoughts around money. Like, because something's like almost fleeting or flighty, or I'm getting that energy of wanting to take off again. It's like running from something, running from some sort of truth here. But within the next year, this is the opportunity you get the Saturn return. It's coming back so that you can solve it, so that you can fix this for the bloodline, is really the story that I'm getting. All right. On to love and romance. Perfect. We're at 4441 on the clock. It is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. What have I been saying this entire time? Like, it's love in a different means. It's universal. It's more than that. It's galactic. And that's really what this stone is leading to. Like, saying celestial, like, the more I say it, the more power I feel behind it. And I know power came out earlier. You got to speak power behind your words, your truths, and it may even be to like your ancestors, like, or a older relative. I even feel like your grandparents. I don't know. Pay attention to red flags is here. So it's saying the signs are cautioning you. You've been getting a lot of energy about something giving you a sign, or like you're on the road to figuring something out. You're on the road to success one way or another. Like, it's safe for you to be comfortable in that. I don't know why I need to say that, but like, trust it. Free yourself from like the mentality of thinking a certain type of way. It's saying it's time to take back control of your life. So free yourself. I don't know if this, I'm going to clarify this because I really now, bottom of the deck is religious factors. You're not expressing yourself or your truths because of possibly somebody else is holding on to different beliefs than you. So your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. Or you may just have a different purpose, is what I'm really getting at here. And you need to free yourself from like your beliefs, your own beliefs, even. Because you see, very soon, so clearly decide what you want. So that it comes to you now. Let your friends help you. We did see that earlier. Ask for and accept support from others. And that's really communicating. And codependency is here. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Interesting, because I thought I pulled earlier, pay attention to the red flags, but it's not on the table. But codependency did come out. So that's interesting. Somebody's not paying attention to something because I feel like they want to see somebody a certain type of way. It's like you want to love everything about them, but you're ignoring something very big. Like, you're ignoring a red flag about something here because of how you want to feel. Like, it's almost like you want to be dependent on a situation or a person or a situation. You want to be dependent on like having the support there or this person. But it's like, I feel like it's addicting in a sense of like the need to have that is what the addiction would be. But it's almost like it would be considered normal in any other circumstance. I have to say that. But you're not normal in a sense of like, this isn't normal for you. You're not normal in a sense of like, or the aspect of it, like, you're not like everybody else is basically what I'm getting at. So like, you can't expect things to work out in the same manner. I want to say you can't be reliant on others is all I'm trying to get at. Like, friends are nice for help and advice and stuff, but like at the end of the day, if it really comes down to it, like, you're going to have to get yourself out of a situation where you're the only one that's going to be able to do it. So, and that's love is the energy there. But, you know, love can be relationships, friendships, co-workers, you know, family members, everybody that we deal with, your neighbor. Like, I don't know how that situation applies, but it's just like somebody isn't gonna, and that's the energy I want to say, like, they can't save you, like, and the star, so wish, fulfillment, like, healing, being able to like be lighthearted about something because you're thinking too much. This is Nine of Swords here. This is way too much thought being placed on a situation. And it's like, even if it was safe for you to love, if you're coming out of the nightmares or the sleepless nights, I even want to say, but it's like, if it was safe for you to love, you have to free yourself. Clarity, the Empress, bottom of the deck. What came out is the Sun card. Happiness, clarity. So freeing yourself, like, be happy, like, be in a space where you're grounded with yourself. So even if it's like admitting your own truths, like, it's you can lie to anybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. That's the energy here, right? And then it's like thinking too much about what other people are saying because you don't feel safe in a certain situation. Safe in terms of emotionally safe, like safe in terms of able to express yourself, safe in terms of that's blockage in your throat chakra, speaking up, speaking your truth. Like, it's not either appreciated, it's not reflective of the empress you are, or it's like it creates nightmares and for someone else is the energy I get here. You speaking your truth is creating nightmares for somebody else. So it's like very soon a judgment call has to be made. And this is in regards to love. This could be bringing something back from the dead. Rejuvenation. What did I tell you earlier? We're not taking back any exit. Wow. X's. Please exit the building. Interesting. But very soon you may be forced to make a decision. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, right? Ashe. I've been holding on to the wand for this one because this is a lot of energy. Like, it's almost like the shadows. It's the things that aren't being spoken about. And it's literally this energy, how people can carry all this with them. You're carrying so many other people's energy. It's that empathic sort of nature. But once you start to shine a light on this room, who's in there? Just her, you know? But the energy, like, feels so heavy because you're more so worried about this, worried about that, scared of what other people will think, and other people creating illusions or wearing a mask. It's like almost the energy here I would get with this is like, let your friends help you decipher the real from the fakes. But I don't feel like you even need like anybody else's help in doing so. So to me, that would tell me you need to decipher amongst your friends the reals from the fakes. And that's the energy here. Or like, it's almost like not being able to choose or not being able to. So what I even want to say with that energy, you may be stuck between two friends. It's like almost not being able to choose because for different reasons, like you're not able to make a clear decision. And it's something keeping you up at night because if you shine light on something, it could look like judgment or it could come across as like placing judgment. But to some extent, you're reliant on this person or this situation. So you're not necessarily ready to shed a light on this. So it's saying if you free yourself very soon in some sort of way from this codependency, you'll no longer be confused about who to support, who to help, who to get help from, because you'll be, the clarity comes in and you'll be standing in your power. I feel like if you were at your lowest point, Page of Pentacles, someone trying to figure out how to, you see the barrenness of the fields, like somebody trying to really figure out how to come up with something, right? So it's codependency based on money, something to do around stability, home, the Magician here. So, and this is really what we're talking about, and it's all coming full circle for me because it's like your thoughts can block your blessings. Your thoughts can block your ability to manifest. And it looks like an apology is here along with the Knight of Pentacles. You see that transformation there too? With judgment, right? Making a judgment call. What's in between it is an emotional offer. So that could be forgiveness, I feel like, but this is manifesting. So what's blocking your manifestations and your ability to be able, and you see how they're going in different directions as well. That's interesting. That's a real blockage here. Because it's like you're manifesting one or the other. If it's emotionally happy to you, I feel like you're not going to feel as grounded in it. If it's grounding for you, you may not be as emotionally happy. Like they're going in opposite sides of the scale. But the reality is if you want to transform your situation, you want to power or empower yourself and be long lasting, like have something that like will really grow into a crop. And again, you don't see anything really, you see more work was done. That's the difference between these two, right? Now, he's a more stable energy. He's long-term, but he's really slow. So something's coming in really, really freaking slow because somebody's really sitting here trying to learn. They're in a position of almost starting over to have to learn how to bring something in here. And that could be pulling at the emotions as well. So it's like, okay, so I'm getting to, if somebody was trying to make an emotional offer, like they've had to turn their back on something that they felt was more grounded. And it's like an upgrade here. Like if you look at the way I'm looking at this, and then the Lovers, somebody's manifesting like an upgrade is what I want to say here. Because look at this. And the Magician, right? Look at how he's looking at this. While somebody's focusing on how to get their pinnacle together, someone else starts to make an offer to somebody that they see more long term. Now, this person may move a little slower, but like there was a transformation here. Somebody went through a transformation because of a judgment call based on clarity they got. The sun came in and then people started rising. People are going to start coming into your life the second they see you transform. Like now you're going to look more stable, more long-term. Now everybody wants to be in the business. Like, so it's really, that's the energy I'm getting here, especially with like using the intelligence to really know the difference between like the Lovers, the Ten of Pentacles family, with the Queen of Pentacles. So that's a match coming up. I thought I saw the King, but I didn't. Behind that's the Hermit. I wanted to say something else with this Magician energy, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here, because what I was trying to explain was the blockage of your emotions can't be based on what is physical. And I feel like that's a disconnect too, because they aren't. Your emotions aren't connected to the physical correctly. If I want to say, like, if that makes sense to you, you have a disconnect between how you're feeling and what you bring in based off your feelings. It's almost like asking for something but not really feeling like that's what you want, but that's what you keep trying to bring into yourself. And you're wondering why there's no harmony, or why it's like almost a decision that needs to be made. Yeah, especially with the Judgment here. This is giving me a lot to do with like, I must be on the right track because my nose is going off. Someone is going to make a long-term offer to something that was way more emotionally fulfilling, because somebody else is going to be in a stage of like almost reinventing themselves. And it's almost like the energy of they took too long to come back with this offer because you got clarity of how to manifest or how to bring stuff, like the illusion. It's almost giving me that energy of like out of sight, out of mind. Like if you're not around to keep this illusion going, I'm going to start actually working on me. And then like once they became equals, now this person wasn't able to hold that same emotional like thing over your head. Like it don't really apply anymore because like I've healed. That's the energy. Like you can't say this about me anymore because now I got I've stacked up. Like I've taken a longer time to do it, but like when the stacks come, like they're there to stay. Like you're building a house, you're building that foundation. Somebody can't come up now and say, oh, remember when it was just dirt? It's like, what does that have to do with anything now? You see the foundation, don't you? Like, you know what I mean? They can't bring like what was back in the past up again and act like they can create illusions around that. That's the energy I'm getting here. And it may have to do with a lover. I definitely see Lovers with a air sign, Aries. So this is Gemini, right? The Lovers. And then the air sign energy is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, of course. That's interesting. So that may be a message for the future, like either a Gemini or some air sign. Again, coming in with a different term. I don't know. Coming in on different terms. because I felt like maybe, again, that religious factor. There may have been something to do with a different way of belief. Wow, it's so crazy how, like, I'm so on the dot with all this. I was about to say that basically summed it up for me with your reading, and we're at 59 minutes, almost on the dot. I wanted to get just one more to leave you with. I know I said I was going to pull the Priestess. So, oh, the Moon. Let's pull some Moon cards really quickly. And again, this is for however it applies, but definitely for the year going forward. Ashe. I didn't mean to make this too long. And I might even try to timestamp it for you so you can know exactly where the love section is. I don't feel like that's good energy. Like, you're not in a place of, like, really feeling secure. Like, especially with the rose quartz there. Like, I feel like there's a blockage in love. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. With confidence is your key to success, upside down. Less confident in something because you need to make an adjustment to it, especially if this is love. It seems like all the cards are upside down. Maybe not all of them. Well, yes. So this one wasn't. So I'm going to take these right side up. But a new start is coming. New moon. Look at the bigger picture. Also a big moon. So you went from third quarter to new moon to full moon. Sagittarius energy. And I feel like you've seen all the fire signs too. Aries, Leo, and now Sag. And answers you need are coming as well. So looking at the bigger picture will definitely give you the answers that you need for a new start that's coming. But there's definitely adjustments required. It may be within a love relationship. There's a lot of adjustments that are required, but it may be also in life in general. Like, there's a lot of things that need to be adjusted because, yes, you can't let your past hold you back. And that's basically the energy I feel like I've been trying to get at this whole time. So South Node, you're living in the lower chakras right now because you're not aligned. You're not grounded. So figuring out how to ground yourself, what method works best for you. I would suggest touching you're right next to the ocean. Anytime you touch that salt water, that's automatically going to cleanse you. Like, get rid of any negative thoughts, negative energies. Like, it purifies. That's the purpose of it being here. One of the purposes, I should say. So the question I see here is, what do you need to release? So that's a lot of that Scorpio judgment energy. With that death and rebirth, it's Scorpio, letting go, releasing, and basically realigning. The reevaluations, right? Be bold and make the first move is here. With the cardinal moon, it's funny how you don't have any other signs that popped up, only Sagittarius. And with the full moon, so this is a disseminated moon, and it says take time to breathe out. So I just want to say your commitment is being tested. Wow. So this is very specific too. I just really want to show you this because you have to see this. Let me put this down. You see, out of all the cards that were pulled, there's only one full moon. And it's the only sign that's showing up here. All the rest of these are pieces of the puzzle. That's going to get you to look at the bigger piece of the puzzle. Like, how perfect is that? Once you do that, you can start to breathe again. That's how you lighten your load. I feel like that's going to answer a big question for you eventually. It's going to be really important. You need to lighten your load. You need to release some things right now. You can't take anybody else with you. I'm going to send you... I'm going to send you the meaning of that Sagittarius moon. And, yeah. I think that basically wraps everything up. I don't know. Oh, yeah. One more. I was going to say, I'm not done yet. I felt it. But again, happy birthday. And I really hope this reading helps. I'm not sure, like, to leave it off on any sort of, I think this really touched a lot of different aspects. So definitely, if you have any questions. Woo. Key to life. My sister just let me know that she made it safely. She was on her way to Puerto Rico. So that was great news. I hope it didn't pause the recording. I can't really check right now. Or let me see if it pauses it if I check. Nope, perfect. Okay. So the Ankh portends new life being born through you now. A new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction. You have the spiritual support from the unseen worlds. Let it happen. So screenshot that. Perfectly sums up the reading. Perfect. All right. So I love you, babe. And again, happy rotation around the sun. It's funny that the sun came out for your reading too. I feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity on certain things this year. Specifically, like why your finances are so entwined with your family, I feel like, or your ancestry. That's something to look into. I feel like you're going to learn a lot about that. And then even like the aspect of the fact that like you're able to make your own money in a time where, or when there was a time where women weren't allowed to earn, you know? It's like that kind of energy where it's like it creates a different way of thinking or a different thought process where it's like it breaks you free from a certain belief or a certain way of being. So something important there. Definitely look into that and wish you the best. Take care. Ashe.